Hey guys, this video is not exactly aimed at comparing Excel with SQL, but more about showing how SQL can be an alternative to Excel. We will see how to perform different Excel tasks using SQL and how SQL can help you overcome some of the issues in Excel. Both Excel and SQL are very useful skills to have, and knowing when to use SQL over Excel can really help you be more productive at your work. Excel is a very powerful tool. It's a spreadsheet application similar to Google Sheets and many others. Excel is probably the most popular and the most widely used spreadsheet application today. We generally use Excel for data analysis or documentation. However, there are certain problems with Excel, or for that matter with any other spreadsheet application, such as Excel can be very slow when dealing with large data sets. It's prone to human errors, very easy to make accidental changes. In Excel, it's easy to corrupt data since we do manual calculations and add formulas to the same sheet which is having the data. Sharing large Excel files through emails can be troublesome because Excel files with lot of columns and rows and having lot of formulas can really grow in size. And finally, it's hard to replicate an old data analysis. There is no easy way to store step-by-step analysis done on an Excel file, hence it will be hard to figure out all the manual steps that were taken to arrive at the final result. To overcome these issues, there are some alternatives, and SQL is one of them. I understand you may be wondering how can we compare Excel with SQL, because SQL is a programming language used to interact with relational database, whereas Excel is a tool with a user interface, and generally Excel does not require any programming skills to be used. However, most of the operations you perform on an Excel can also be performed using SQL. As you can see, SQL has its own commands to perform most of the Excel operations. SQL commands are kind of written in plain English, so you don't really need to be a programmer to understand SQL. Unlike Excel, SQL can easily manage large data sets. Data is stored in SQL tables and data analysis can be done using SQL queries, hence human errors can be avoided. SQL data and SQL queries can be imported into a text file which does not consume a lot of space, hence easy to share through emails. We can write SQL queries to perform data analysis, which is much simpler to understand and replicate in future. Okay, so now that you understand why SQL may be a good alternative to Excel, let me show you some practical examples of how to use SQL to perform Excel operations. Since I cannot cover all the Excel operations in this video, I will just stick to some of the most commonly used ones. To get started, we need to first load the data from Excel file into the SQL table. To do that, there are three things. 1. Convert the Excel file into .csv file and then place the .csv file into a location which can be accessed by the database. And third, create the table in the SQL database which is of the same structure as the Excel file. So let's get started. First, let's convert it into a .csv file. This is because SQL can easily ingest .csv file. So click on File, click Save As, choose the file format as .csv and UTF-8 as the encoding. Ignore the warning and close the file. So that's all. We have created the CSV file. Let's do the same for the sales product file. So I have with me the two CSV files. Now we need to place the CSV files into a location which can be accessed by the database. The easiest way to do that is to place these files in the location where you have installed your database. I'm going to use PostgreSQL database, but you can use any RDBMS and the steps and the process should be the same. So my PostgreSQL database is installed here. I'll create a dummy folder. So I have placed my CSV file. Now we need to go and create the table. The table which is of the same structure as the Excel file. So I'm going to create two tables. One is for the sales order file and the other is for the sales product file. Remember that the number of columns in this table and your Excel file has to be exactly the same, and the data type has to match with the values present in your Excel file. So if you have numbers, use int. If there are decimal point numbers in your file, then use float. If there are date values, use date as the data type. And if there are alphanumeric values or special characters in your Excel file, then for such columns, use the data type as text. So let me go ahead, and I think I already created the table. So yes, the table is created, but there is no data. So next step is to load data into this table. So go to your database, go to your schema, go to your tables, right click on the table name, sales order, click on the import export button. I'm using PG admin tool, but no matter which tool you use, you should be able to find this option in any of the RDBMS tool. So let me give the location where my file is placed, and I'll choose that this file has header, so the headers will be ignored when inserting the data. I'll choose the delimiter as comma and then click OK. That's all. So you can see that it is successful and the data has been loaded into my sales order table. So when I query this table now, I can see all the data here. So that's it, and let's do the same for the sales product table. Right click on sales product, click on import export, choose import, choose the path, choose the file, click select, let me close this, choose select. It has header, choose the delimiter as comma, and then OK. So done. So the file is loaded. Now when I check the sales product, the data is present. So that's how we have loaded data from Excel file into the SQL table. Now let us look at some Excel formulas or functions and identify the equivalent SQL functions to perform the same task. Let's start with the most basic. Filter. In Excel file, we can filter records based on some conditions, such as choosing records where the country is Singapore. Similar filtering can also be done in SQL query by using the where clause, as shown in the query. Sort. In Excel, data can be sorted either in ascending or descending order, and the same can be performed in SQL query by using the order by clause. Concatenate. We can merge values from multiple columns in Excel using concat or concatenate function. Similar function is also supported by SQL to perform the concatenation of multiple columns or values. SUMIF. SUMIF is used in Excel to add numbers from a range of cells which satisfy certain criteria. Similar operation can be done in SQL using the sum aggregate function and applying where condition to match the exact criteria. Len. Len is used to calculate the length of a given text. In SQL, we have a function called length which can perform the same task. If function in Excel allows you to return different values based on which condition holds true. In SQL, you can perform the same operation by using the case statement. Find. Find is used to return the position of a specified character within the given text. In PostgreSQL, we can use a function by the name position to perform this task. Left. Left function allows you to extract a substring from a given string which starts from the leftmost character. In SQL, we can use substr to perform the same task. VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is a function used in Excel to look up column values across a table array by matching the values provided in the first column. It's kind of joining multiple columns together to extract a value. In SQL, we can perform this operation by using joins. Pivot. Pivot table is a very powerful feature in Excel and is used to summarize data. It allows you to transform rows into columns and vice versa. In PostgreSQL, we can use crosstab function to create pivot table. Crosstab function is part of a PostgreSQL extension called TableFunc. Hence, in order to use crosstab function in your query, you must first enable the TableFunc extension by executing the command create extension TableFunc. Once you execute this command, you are then free to use crosstab function in your query to create the pivot table. I hope the video was helpful and hopefully it made sense on why SQL can be a good alternative to Excel. If you are getting started with SQL and would like to know more about SQL basics, then I've created a separate video covering all the SQL basics. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. Also, if you'd like to get started with PostgreSQL, then I have created a separate video on how to install PostgreSQL. I'll leave a link to that video as well in the description below. If you found this video useful, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.